from the KATC Weather Lab, here's Bradley's forecast.
Welcome back and welcome to the weekend. Rain chances a little bit more scattered in nature as we head into tomorrow. And then we'll kind of see another surge of tropical moisture moving in from the Gulf as we round out the weekend on Sunday. So it looks like rain chances a little bit more elevated for the second half of the weekend and definitely early parts of next week. But overall, our wetter than normal weather pattern here in Acadiana, it looks to continue for the foreseeable future. Now, the surface low that we've been tracking for the better part of the week starting to fizzle out, kind of dissipate here across the southwest portions of the state. So again, that's why I think the bulk of our showers and storm activity for tomorrow will kind of be driven by the sea breeze and daytime heating. So more of a typical summertime setup here across Acadiana. Now, as we dial it into Power Doppler 3, again, relatively quiet, but we do have some coastal showers here as we get into portions of Vermilion Parish and then points off to the east. These trying to lift northward, but again, very light activity. So that's about it. Rain chances only at around 10 to 20% through tonight. But notice this by the graph model here. I kind of mentioned this earlier. We may see some scattered thunder showers first thing tomorrow morning, especially areas along and south of the I-10 corridor. So be on the lookout for that. And then into the afternoon, graph model tries to dry us out. Not sure if we're going to buy that quite yet, but overall rain chances will be a little bit lower, especially compared to the last couple of days. So we'll hold it at around 50 to 60%, and certainly that beats the 80 to 90% that we had in place over the past several days with intervals of sunshine into the afternoon. That should help to push our temperatures into the upper 80s and lower 90s. We quiet down tomorrow night, mid 70s first thing Sunday morning, and then here we go, a little bit more in the way of scattered showers and storms into Sunday afternoon as we see those southerly winds kind of bringing in that deeper tropical moisture. So rain chances back up to around 60 to 70%. We'll maintain that rain chance at least into the early parts of the upcoming week. All right, let's talk tropics. Of course, now officially getting into the peak stretch of the hurricane season. We have a tropical wave down here. That's the one, again, likely enhancing our rain chances by the end of the week. Two more tropical waves out there. We got one way out here. It's kind of a part of a monsoonal trough out here, way out in the Atlantic Ocean. Still has a 30% chance to develop in the next 5 days as it tracks westward. Models continue to hint that this could potentially develop down the road, say in the 5 to 10 day range. So we'll see. Likely tracking north of the islands in the short term, and then thereafter kind of a question mark, maybe recurving up to sea or maybe getting closer to the southeastern U.S. But still plenty of time to watch. Not a major concern at this point. Another little tropical feature looks very disorganized here on the enhanced satellite imagery, and it's really not going to develop at least through the next 2 days. It's battling dry air, a lot of wind shear out here, so that is some good news. Maybe slightly more favorable conditions as it gets into the northwestern Caribbean here with time going into next week. And then thereafter, really the only model that develops this is the GFS model. It tries to develop a tropical system in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico by the end of next week and heading into the Labor Day weekend. So still plenty of time to see how this is going to play out, but at least at this point, not overly concerning. Just something we're keeping an eye on. And of course, we'll keep you updated here in the days ahead. As far as rainfall totals, again, one of those situations as we head through the course of the weekend where some of us picking up 1 to 2 inches of rainfall, other spots maybe not so much, and that's just kind of the nature of the pattern. If you get underneath the heavier thunderstorm, again, that could easily produce 1 to 2 inches of rainfall in a couple of hours for sure. High temperatures tomorrow, again, I think we'll be pushing the upper 80s to near 90 degrees into the afternoon with a little bit more sunshine out there. We'll quiet down tomorrow night from any sort of storm activity, mid 70s first thing Sunday morning, and then again, we'll push to mid to upper 80s as we head into our Sunday afternoon with a scattering of showers and storms. So pretty quiet night ahead here across Acadiana. Again, with some thunder showers potentially developing a little bit later on tonight and then going into the daybreak hours of tomorrow morning. So again, we'll be seeing how that plays out. Just keep that in mind. And then throughout our Saturday, again, overall coverage of showers and storms a little bit lower as compared to the past several days, but still will maintain at least a 50 to 60% rain chance, up to 70% on Sunday. And again, overall rain chances staying better than normal here across Acadiana as at least we head into the early parts of the upcoming week. So don't pack up the rain gear quite yet because still probably going to need it. Hopefully we're able to lower the rain chances a bit into the middle and latter parts of next
We've
week.
heard that before.
We have heard that before. We are optimistic here in the Weather Lab,
Yeah.
and we're going to continue.
We're going to get there.
Yeah, hopefully some dry weather.
I hope so. Thanks, Bradley.